Okay, so I'm gonna try my best to do this in like one take. If not, I'll probably just like tell everyone that I didn't. So yeah. Um this video that I have recording is basically just like an update to like what I plan on doing in the future and where my content is going to be more focused on. For those who don't know, but before I even get through that, I think I need to acknowledge the fact that I want to thank each and every one of you for giving out a little view towards that like blind 0 hour reaction that I posted. I'm so shocked it even managed to cross like fucking 500 views, like fucking let alone like 1,000. And like to this day, it's still going up. So once again, I'm very much thankful to past viewers and the new ones that are here. Hi, and thank you yet again. So, why haven't I uploaded as much as I promised to do? Well, to be fair, I was saying this like around the time that school. I haven't nearly explained it, but like basically, I'm right now taking my I think third, fourth year in my second year in university, and like my fourth year overall in like college and university and all that stuff. And it's been getting harder and harder as the years keep going on. But like I'm close. I'm close to being finished. So yeah, I have to like if if there was any time for me to like just lock in and just you know finish all my classes strong, A's across the board, it would be now. And because of that, I have not had like ample time to like sit back and really just like pour my love and passion into making videos. And speaking of passion, we need to talk about Fortnite. Now, Fortnite as a whole, I got into the I used to shit on the game back when it was in like its prime era, 2017 to 2019, around that time. And yeah, I wasn't exactly like the biggest fan for it, but like I could respect where it got all the popularity from and all that. But other than that, I got into Fortnite like late 2020 actually is when I first started playing, mainly because at the time it was chapter 2 season 4. The Galactus event just happened. I watched my brother play it, not like me play it personally, but I watched my brother play it. So, and that really was like wow, just like watching that for like the first time all the way back then was like it was insane, dude. I got to give them props for that. But ever since then, I heard they were gonna put the Mandalorian into the game. That got me in because like I was huge on like the Mandalorian and like Star Wars as a whole back then. So like I was already like considering like really just like playing it for like the skin and stuff. And I did. Lo and behold, I think 5 years later, I'm very much still playing to this day. Kind of a shock. I've made some very good lifelong friends. I've had wonderful memories with the game, in the game, and outside the game. I've met wonderful people through the community. I've had some ups. I've definitely had some lows. And overall, if you want my honest opinion, I would never in a million years just throw that all out for like something else. This game will always have a special place in my heart, which is so sad because of where the game has been going the last couple of months, to say the least. The website I'm using for the recording stuff only has like a 5 minute limit, so I'll probably just continue on from there. So, the last couple of months, Fortnite has been. What's the word for it? I've just. Hasn't exactly been hitting the same as it used to. Now, I will give them credit. They've had some like banger seasons. Now, before I say it, this is solely my opinion before y'all just start, jumping in the comments and stuff like that, telling me otherwise. Like, hey, well, this certain season, in my opinion, sucks balls. I don't know why you like it so much. Dude, don't care. It's just an opinion, and you shouldn't care either. Now, like I said, they've had some very good seasons, in my opinion. The Simpsons season is one that I will very much speak my mind on, because I very much was one of the folks who were like shitting on the idea of it, because like it's a collab season, it's not gonna bring it's gonna be the death of the game. We don't need more collab stuff into the game, and it blew my mind. It genuinely blew my mind on how fun and simple and very effectively good the gameplay was during that season, and I'll give them props for that. Stuff like Super was one that I liked a lot. If we're going back, I will give them credit. I think Chapter 2 Remix is underrated, but then again, that like the first 2 weeks of like Chapter 2 OG was like very good. I'll give them that. Let's see. And then I think from that point on, I think from like chapter chapter 2 OG to where we are now, it could go even further, but like basically what I'm saying is that Fortnite has been like fluctuating on like being consistently good and being consistently like bad in terms of like the gameplay in the game, how the game works, the community, and stuff like that. Basically, that's what I'm saying here. Now, for those of you who don't know, and for those of you who are out of the loop as of now, it is March 25th as I'm recording this. Yesterday, Fortnite has laid off over 1,000 employees and are shutting down 3 game modes on top of that. Now, for the record, the 3 game modes they're shutting down are Rocket Racing, I think Festival, Battle Stage, and then I think Ballistic. Yeah, Ballistic. Here's the thing though. For Rocket Racing, in my opinion, was like dead all the way back in like August of 2024. It has not gotten any updates. All the plans for it have been like thrown out the gutter since then. So I already knew this game mode was just gonna get removed sooner or later. And then let's see what else. Festival Battle Stage 2, because like it couldn't like keep the retention that it needed. But then again, it wasn't a mode that I was pretty familiar with. I mean, I liked it, but like it wasn't gonna be like a mode I was gonna be constantly playing, because like there's other better experiences. Like I play Fortnite for the battle royale experience, all right? And in that quest for them trying to be like the next competitor to like Roblox, they're literally ruining themselves in the process. Laying off 1,000 employees because you can't admit the fact that you can't compete with an entity like Roblox is heartbreaking. I understand that like Donald Mustard and Tim wanted to really just shape Fortnite into like this metaverse thing, but like here's the thing: what gets me mad is not the fact that UEFN is just all this money is going into UEFN. All this resources is going into UEFN, and it just sucks, and it sucks, and I see that side, but genuinely, there is massive potential for UEFN. The only problem is that they are doing everything wrong in the way of that. They are sacrificing time, money, and resources to fund modes that have been purely built just to leech money from this company and turn it into a shell of what it used to be. Like, let me tell you, the amount of times I can go into the Discover tab for basically UEFN, 5 out of 6 of the maps on the first tier in front of me are filled to the brim with nothing but AI generated like images, like thumbnails, just brain rot in general. Like, there's no there's no love or passion into for these people making these maps. They are made solely just to make cheap and easy money. It pisses me off to a certain degree because genuinely I see the idea behind this. This if done right, this could genuinely be like a great like competitor to like UEFN. I mean like Roblox in general because there's such a massive like corporation. There's like nothing that has like a good fighting chance against it besides like UEFN. Like I see the idea behind it. But they have done such an abysmal job trying to like patent and like I'm trying to find the word for it. I'm trying to find the word for it. It's just they focus solely on like the cash grabbing modes that are just made just to get money. That's it. Or just like a cheap Roblox clone. There's nothing original in this. This is basically Roblox 2, but it's worse and it sucks. Literally. That's basically what UEFN has been degraded to nothing. There are genuinely some like good, very, very good creative maps. Like if I could shout out like one group, like I think Genesis Studios is like one that I very much would like recommend checking out because they make some genuinely like good creative maps, but they unfortunately are like in the minority for like what truly is UEFN in this day and age. And it sucks. It really does. Because this game has every potential to be like, to bring like tens and millions of players, but they can't figure out what the problem is, even though it's screaming right in front of their face. They just can't seem to recognize it. And because of that, everyone is suffering for it. And it sucks. Like it genuinely does. I feel bad for everyone, especially the devs who poured their heart and souls into this, only for them to get laid off because they didn't reach a certain margin or like they couldn't bring in enough player retention with their ideas. Yeah, and on top of that, like their most loyal people, like the people that have been there since day one, like Evan is one of them. He got laid off despite him working on like fixing some of the bugs for this game. The only reason this game isn't like a complete shit isn't like in complete shit is because of Evan. And the fact that they just threw him out to the side hurts so much because I'm so afraid because he's genuinely like the only one that was like that gave a shit about like the game as a whole. He literally like I read like one tweet saying he literally went out of his way on like winter break to come into work to fix a problem that was breaking the game as a whole, and he did it because he loved it. He loved this game, and I get it. I truly do. And then the worst part, they got rid of fucking the guy who created Jonesy, like the most iconic gaming icon in the 2010s to 2020s. Like if I showed someone like a picture of him, they'd immediately recognize where it comes from. And that's exactly why this is so upsetting as it is. Like the season is great. The gameplay is awesome, and the loophole is probably one of, if not the best loopholes I've played in recent months. But the fact that everything else just sucks, including like V Bucks prices, the layoffs. We're getting apparently AI generated skins coming into the game. It's just it brings a sour mood to like how I view this game in general. So I'm gonna make this like this is like 20 minutes. I'm probably gonna keep it as like that in general. Um, what I plan on doing, I'm still planning on like pushing out this Blitz video that I'm gonna work on, and then I think I'll do like a chapter 7 season 2 video because I genuinely like this season. But like other than that, I think I'm just gonna sporadically like try to see if I can like change up my content a little, not just make it like Fortnite exclusively and like branch out to other things. Like the two that I've got lying out in front of me is Overwatch, Marvel Rivals, and Monster Hunter. One of those three, I think. I might do a bit of streaming from time to time. I haven't been streaming as much because a Cub University and all that, but if I do, I'll probably just like stream more of myself like playing Overwatch 2, Rivals, maybe do like a I have plans to do like a bunch of other games that I have. I have a backlog of like games that I haven't like finished or like played, and I plan on like, restarting them from like the beginning so I can like play them out on stream, have some fun with that. But like other than that, the plan right now is that I need to prepare myself, just in case, I'm not saying this is like a guarantee. I'm just saying just in case, Fortnite doesn't like quote unquote make it to like next year. Everyone with like the Doom posting stuff like that. I think the game will be fine. If you want my honest opinion, I think it'll be fine. It's just it's not gonna be the same as it like very much used to be. I think it's gonna be like worse. Because like when 2023 happened and those layoffs happened, like the game was in a rough patch, man. Like there were some moments where I genuinely thought the game was like shit enough to the point where I was like finding other things to play at that time. But like, do I think Fortnite is just going to be cut off, end of service, gone forever? No, I don't think so. Has it taken a massive hit though? Yes, I do believe that. I genuinely do. So, to keep this short, the people who want to skip all the way to the end, I'm still planning on pushing out the Blitz video because Blitz hasn't exactly been like thriving the last couple of months, or the last time I said I was going to do it. There's as I'm recording this, there's a Marvel Blitz thing going on. I could probably get some like good clips from that. And then I'll probably focus on doing the Chapter 7 Season 2 video in the next couple of weeks. And besides that, I will probably start like making videos for like other games that I played. Other than that, yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to get my thoughts out right there because I don't know the innings or the workings of how Epic Games works. I don't. Do not take do not take this as a fact. I'm not out here to preach that we should fire Tim Sweeney or we should uh, hire back all the layoffs. I'm not saying that. I'm saying there had to be a better way of doing it. If you want my way of like describing this situation as a whole, I would very much like to say very much if this feels like an Icarus situation in my opinion. He he's in the slumps. He's kind of in that hole, like he can't exactly climb out of, and then he gets the genius idea of like putting wings on himself, and he breaks out and he's free and he's fine and he's thriving, and then he gets too close to the sun, and then everything just falls apart, and then he ends up suffering in the end. That's basically how I feel about Fortnite right now as a whole. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Once again, I do got to thank everyone for subbing and putting love into that 0 hour reaction video. I'll definitely like do more for like the events and stuff like that. But yeah, other than that, I think that's gonna be it. And yeah, I'll be hopping off now, and I will see you guys, the next time I upload. So yeah, peace out. Have a good day.